Here in Washington, some of our community members are unable to afford internet service. This is why I'm thrilled to announce that through the Affordable Connectivity Program, the federal government is taking steps to help households pay for broadband service and internet-connected devices. Internet access can now be discounted for those struggling to afford it. Find out more at acpbenefit.org or call 877-384-2575 or contact your internet company directly.
Meta is investing in El Centro de la Raza, simply put, because we're looking to engage with nonprofits in the region that have the most impact in our community.
As we kind of leave the pandemic, we're starting to see a lot of the results of young people not being eligible to graduate. We are recruiting and targeting Latino students as well as just students of color who have not traditionally been reflected in the curriculum, and our program is going to honor that. For a lot of our students who are coming from K through 12, they haven't really seen themselves reflected in the curriculum, and so this is a space where not only will we teach them about their history, but we're going to teach them how to be leaders in the community.
This new facility is a place where students can gather and find any resources that they need and also feel supported and safe.
We are excited to support Si Se Puede, and we can't wait to see the impact that it has here.
Please join us for the grand opening of the Si Se Puede Academy.
Here in Washington, some of our community members are unable to afford internet service. This is why I'm thrilled to announce that through the Affordable Connectivity Program, the federal government is taking steps to help households pay for broadband service and internet-connected devices. Internet access can now be discounted for those struggling to afford it. Find out more at acpbenefit.org or call 877-384-2575 or contact your internet company directly.
Meadows investing in El Centro de la Raza, simply put, because we're looking to engage with nonprofits in the region that have the most impact in our community.
As we kind of leave the pandemic, we're starting to see a lot of the results of young people not being eligible to graduate. We are recruiting and targeting Latino students as well as just students of color who have not traditionally been reflected in the curriculum, and our program is going to honor that. For a lot of our students who are coming from K through 12, they haven't really seen themselves reflected in the curriculum, and so this is a space where not only will we teach them about their history, but we're going to teach them how to be leaders in the community.
This new facility is a place where students can gather and find any resources that they need and also feel supported and safe.
We are excited to support Si Se Puede, and we can't wait to see the impact that it has here.
Please join us for the grand opening of the Si Se Puede Academy.
Here in Washington, some of our community members are unable to afford internet service. This is why I'm thrilled to announce that through the Affordable Connectivity Program, the federal government is taking steps to help households pay for broadband service and internet-connected devices. Internet access can now be discounted for those struggling to afford it. Find out more at acpbenefit.org or call 877-384-2575 or contact your internet company directly.
MEDA is investing in El Centro de la Raza, simply put, because we're looking to engage with nonprofits in the region that have the most impact in our community.
As we kind of leave the pandemic, we're starting to see a lot of the results of young people not being eligible to graduate. We are recruiting and targeting Latino students as well as just students of color who have not traditionally been reflected in the curriculum, and our program is going to honor that. For a lot of our students who are coming from K through 12, they haven't really seen themselves reflected in the curriculum, and so this is a space where not only will we teach them about their history, but we're going to teach them how to be leaders in the community.
This new facility is a place where students can gather and find any resources that they need and also feel supported and safe.
We are excited to support Si Se Puede, and we can't wait to see the impact that it has here.
Please join us for the grand opening of the Si Se Puede Academy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. It is time to begin our program. Please welcome your MC, Enrique Serna.
Good evening. Welcome. Hey, doesn't it feel good to be back in person again? It's great to have, great to have all of you with us this evening on a very special occasion. Welcome, welcome. Please take your seats if you haven't already so that we can get going here. And a big welcome to those of you watching from home virtually. We appreciate that. everyone turn and wave to the camera in the back of the room so that we can say hi to all the people that are checking in with us tonight. We really appreciate them joining us virtually, and hopefully they bid on a lot of stuff so that we can raise a whole bunch of money. Now, also look at the chat for essential links and information throughout the program. And thank you to Banda Vagos for providing our music tonight. They made this an El Centro party. Thank you, guys. My name is Enrique Serna, and I'm thrilled to be your master of ceremonies on this very special and historic evening to celebrate El Centro de la Raza's 50th anniversary. Thank you so much for being here. And hey, by the way, how about those Mariners today? Wasn't that amazing? When I pulled into the parking garage, they were down 9-5. I kind of thought, no way, but hey, what did I know? That was just great, 10-9, and let's just keep it going all the way to the World Series. Let's keep going through that. All right, now by being here, you are building the beloved community for all peoples. You're fighting for the well-being of all peoples, and you're working to achieve social justice for all people, so thank you in advance for your generosity this evening. Now, this is also the 12th annual Roberto Felipe Maestas Scholarship and Legacy Awards. Just want to say we miss you, Roberto, but I know that you're looking down on us, and you're also always going to be with us in spirit. And we have missed seeing all of you. As I mentioned, it's so great to have an opportunity to do this gathering in person. And let's just celebrate this really momentous night, because it's 50 years of El Centro de la Raza. Now, to begin with, we'd like to thank our sponsors who helped make this event possible. We want to thank our Liderazgo sponsor, Comcast, and thank you to our Esperanza sponsor, Meta. Yes, yeah. Our Dignidad sponsors are the Muckleshoot Indian Tribe, Primera Blue Cross, Group Health Foundation, and U.S. Bank. And thank you to our honor sponsors, Community Health Plan of Washington, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, J.P. Morgan Chase, Marguerite Casey Foundation, IBEW, and Arcoa Foundation. Give them all a round of applause. Yes. The Comunidad sponsors, Seattle Children's, Coca-Cola, Fred Hutch, Heritage Bank, Union Bank, BECU. They're in the house, yes. Perkins-Coie, KeyBank, Walsh Construction, Kaiser Permanente, Seattle Credit Union, and Sound Transit Office of Civil Rights, Equity, and Inclusion. Thank you so much. And we're also grateful for our Amistad sponsors. Please look to the screens and see their names. There's so many, it takes 3 slides just to say thank you. We are so grateful for each of you. Let's hear it for all of our sponsors. Thank you very much. We also want to thank our table ambassadors who help fill this room with joy. Please turn to your table ambassador and say thank you. Give them a round of applause. Good job, table ambassadors. And I would also like to have the El Centro de la Raza board members please stand right now. We are so grateful for the board's leadership. You can see their names on the screen. Thank you also to our volunteers, so many volunteers tonight that have helped to make this event possible, and staff, El Centro staff, all of them. Please stand, be recognized, and give them a big round of applause. And we want to thank our elected officials who are here with us, and consuls who are here, and our many VIPs for being with us this evening. We get so much support from these amazing public servants who partner with us to learn what people really need and to create positive changes for our community. Elected officials, please stand so we can applaud you. They're also listed on the screen. Thank you. We also have out-of-state familia from New Mexico joining us tonight. Emma Maestas, New Mexico State Representative Antonio Maestas, and Vanessa Alarid are here. Please stand and acknowledge them. Thank you so much for being here. And a big shout out, and please give a big round of applause to the Washington State Convention Center staff and workers for cooking and serving our meal tonight. This evening would not be possible without you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it so much. Now, we have a very memorable evening planned for you. In addition to the award and scholarship presentations, we have our keynote speaker this evening, Tomas Sainz. He's the president of MALDEF, the Mexican American Legal Defense and Education Fund. Good to have you here with us, Tomas. He came up here from LA. Appreciate him being here. Now, did you know that El Centro de la Raza has 43 programs and services? 43. That's a lot. I won't name them all, but they include early learning, youth programs, affordable housing, a food bank, small business opportunities center, and a senior program. El Centro served over 22,000 children, youth, families, and seniors last year alone with the help of over 200 volunteers. They continue to grow at an exciting pace and are expanding into South King County, opening new child care centers in Seattle and planning housing developments over the next few years. Now, please welcome Adriana Maestas, Muckleshoot tribal member, and Juan Orozco, El Centro de la Raza board member, to do the land acknowledgement for us this evening. Please welcome them. It is? Okay. Little change. You know, you just got to go with it. That's all there is to it. Okay, Adriana Maestas Daniels is going to be joining us here shortly, and Lucia Maestas Daniels, Muckleshoot tribal members. And I think I got that right now, right? Yeah. We're good. Okay, come on up. So 1, 2, 3.
Good evening. My name is Adriana Daniels Maestas, and this is my sister, Lucia Daniels Maestas. My siblings and I are enrolled Muckleshoot and descend from a great-great-grandfather who was born in a traditional Duwamish village located near present-day Renton, Washington.
We are honored to welcome you to Muckleshoot territory. On behalf of El Centro de la Raza and our wonderful guest, we proudly acknowledge that we are gathered upon the ancestral lands of the federally recognized Muckleshoot Indian tribe, the ancestral keepers of the land we are gathered on today, the real Duwamish.
Our father is John Daniels Jr., an elected tribal council member and a longtime leader at the Muckleshoot tribe. Muckleshoot is a party to both the Medicine Creek and Point Elliott treaties. Additionally, Muckleshoot ancestors include many families and villages, descendants of treaty warriors, and a majority of our ancestors were Duwamish Indians. In fact, more than 95% of the current Muckleshoot tribal members descend from the Duwamish people.
Lastly, I would like to say that I am proud of the many contributions our tribe has made to our state and local economy, history, and culture. Thank you very much. Mil gracias.
Can I borrow your mic a minute? Come over here. All right, we need to, one last introduction. Tell them your name.
Julieta.
All right, Julieta Maestas Daniels, is that right? Say your whole name.
Julieta Daniels Maestas.
There, you got it right. Thank you. I didn't want her being left out. Okay, this next person, she's something else. It seems like she's won every award in the city. Most recently, she's been named one of the Seattle National Organization for Women Sheroes. She told me not to say this, but I'm going to do it anyway. She's la más chingona. Please help me in welcoming my friend and leader, Executive Director Estela Ortega.
We wouldn't be here without you. Know that. We love you. Thank you for such a beautiful honor. Buenas noches. Bienvenidos a todos. Governor Inslee, elected officials, Deputy Mayor Harold, esteemed guests from the consuls of Mexico, Chile, and Peru, Tomas Sainz from Maldives, familia, and to our dedicated staff and volunteers, you are the passion, the love, and the energy of El Centro de la Raza. Please give them a round of applause. We are here to celebrate 50 years, marking a momentous milestone in our half-century-long history of service to the Latino community and beyond. To those of you in the room tonight, those joining from your homes and our beloved community, your support, generosity, time, and trust, la confianza, why we are still here today. Each of you deserve our heartfelt thanks and gratitude. As many of you know, our founding started with the peaceful occupation of the old Beacon Hill School on October the 11th, 1972. The impetus of the occupation was the resolve of a group of ordinary individuals who were adult English learners. Without those courageous students, we would not be here today. El Centro de la Raza, the Center for People All Races, also has a debt we will never be able to repay to communities of color, the faith community, and the anti-war movement. They were the organizers on the ground, mobilizing support from their respective communities for El Centro during the occupation. Those selfless individuals are why we are still here today, too. Please. We are proud to celebrate our golden anniversary, reflecting on our mission-driven work. Over 50 meaningful years, we have provided services to over 500,000 individuals through our 43 life-changing programs. Yes, thank you. As a civil rights organization, we have used different methods of organizing in affecting change, whether by providing human services, involvement in electoral and community advocacy, serving as plaintiffs in civil rights suits, developing much-needed housing, providing workforce training and healthcare advocacy, and even creating wealth-building programs focused on homeownership and small business development. We are already imagining the possibilities for the next 50 años, the next 50 years. We just opened the Cedar Crossing Early Child Development Center at 65th and Roosevelt in partnership with Bellwether, yes, Mercy Housing. We're gonna be busy. In the next 3 years, we will be opening up 3 more child development centers, In Columbia City, we're breaking ground early next year with a $58 million affordable housing development that will include a child development center. Yes. I am reminded of the Jose Marti quote that Roberto often cited. It is for the children we work, for they are the ones who know how to love, for they are the hope of the world. I feel truly blessed that my children were able to attend Jose Marti Child Development Center with its community building curriculum. We are incredibly happy to share with you that earlier this week, this past Tuesday, El Centro de la Raza became the owners of Pattinson Skating Rink and Federal Way on 2.5 acres of land. Yes! We didn't do it by ourselves. We had a whole lot of help to get there. But we envisioned creating a community anchor and a hub at Pattinson's and have plans to keep the roller rink, build an education center for youth, a senior center, a mercado for micro and small businesses, affordable housing, early childhood development, and staff offices. Ambitious, I was told about Plaza Maestas, ambitious about Federal Way. But just as we got it done at Plaza Maestas, we're gonna get this one done too. Yes. We are so grateful to Representative Jamila Taylor. I haven't seen you, Jamila, wherever you're at. Representative Frank Chop over here. Emily Alvarado with the Enterprise Foundation, Third Place Design, and the Washington State Housing Finance Commission, making it possible to purchase Pattinson's. Mil gracias to Senator Patty Murray and Congressman Adam Smith, who continue to work hard to get our project funded through Congress. Our fingers are crossed. Please, a round of applause for these wonderful friends and allies. Another round. We are committed to growing our human services, and South County deserve to have a safety net for human services. In reflecting on 50 years of day-to-day work with multiracial coalitions, one of the most crucial lessons for creating unity comes to mind. You must know when to lead on issues and know when to follow the leadership of others in our collective work for justice. I also have reflected on my own life and being a part of El Centro for 50 years. Roberto and I were married in the basement of the El Centro building during the occupation. Thank you. Our children grew up at El Centro, birthdays, anniversaries, and at the end of Roberto's life, his body was laid in wake at El Centro, making it possible for so many people to pay their respect. In closing, we have stayed the course in responding to the needs of our community. We have provided access to services, creating a chance at a dignified life, a sense of belonging, leading our community become stronger and resilient. We will continue to expand the fight for civil rights, equity, and justice, seeking new ways to combat disparities, and working with others to fight the evolving threats of our time that we must protect for our future. Thank you. Please know that we are extremely grateful for all you have done and to the countless numbers of individuals who have contributed over 5 decades. We are in this together to build a better world for all. Dr. King has taught us the struggle for justice is long, but it bends toward justice. We send you our gratitude and love. Gracias. Thank you. And now I have to tell you how happy we are that Governor Inslee is with us tonight on our 50th anniversary celebration. Yes. Governor, we are honoring you tonight as one of our Shiro heroes who have gotten us to 50 years. So I want to make sure you get this award before you leave. We cannot thank you enough for being an ally to the Latino community, for supporting El Centro de la Raza and the issues that are important to us, and for always letting Roberto win at basketball. Thank you for everything. Please accept this award on behalf of El Centro de la Raza.
Estela, I'll have a comment about Roberto in a minute, but I want to tell you I'm so thrilled to be here tonight with you, and I want to tell you that one of my joys is when I meet someone that really touches me deeply and really inspires me, that is at the core of what Washington State is about. I have the honor, I can name them the Washingtonian of the day, and when I do that, I take off my governor's pin and I pin them on today's Washingtonian of the day is Estela Ortega. If I may, can I put this on you? Thank you.
Oh my goodness, it's amazing.
Well, you deserve that. Well, you deserve it. That's just, thank you so much. All right. Well, as you know, I'm Estela's #1 fan in the state of Washington. But she did get something wrong that I have to, in all honesty, contest. I did not let Roberto Maestas beat me at basketball. Roberto Maestas took me to the hoop and stuffed me, and he never let me forget that a single day. As well, he should not. Because he was a fellow that understood tenacity and strength and inspiration and team building, and his spirit is here tonight. Give it up for Roberto Maestas, a great basketball player. In the spirit of athletics, I want to, if I can, tell you my theme of my comments tonight follow the Seattle Mariners, who are behind by 7 runs in the bottom of the 5th and 1. How about that comeback, the comeback for the ages of the Seattle Mariners? And here's the reason I start by commenting on the Mariners. This is one of the most astounding comebacks in the history of American athletics. But when you think about what El Centro does, it helps people come back from the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, and that helps them come back. They come back from housing crises. They come back from a lack of education. They come back from healthcare problems. This is the greatest comeback organization in the state of Washington. And I am happy to celebrate the first 50 years. And their central mission is an all-Washington mission. When I was thinking about the first 50 years of this organization, I realized how central it is and how embedded it is with the whole value system of the state of Washington. Look at the last 2 years of what we've gone through in COVID. We strived to make sure that everybody had access to vaccines. We wanted to save as many lives as we could. And we may have saved 18,000 lives because we got people vaccinated. Here's to Centro de la Raza, who helped us get the vaccination rate for Latinos what they should be, which was an equitable access to these vaccines. And that's because of El Centro de la Raza. It's a Washington organization. Look at our efforts on education. We understand the power of early child education, to give children, to get them ready for that first grade. So when they get to first grade, they're ready for first grade. And when they're ready for first grade, they go on to become incredible leaders. I was talking to Charlotte Maynard the other day, whose parents worked in the meatpacking plant at Pasco, got a shot at education, now is doing great work as a leader at the Department of Ecology. In our Hispanic Affairs Commission that is helping get better education. I'm so happy El Centro is educating 340 young early childhood advocates, and I'm happy Washington has increased slots by over 1,000 for early childhood education in the state of Washington. This is a Washington state value system that El Centro is providing. Now we know housing is in a crisis in our state. We bleed when we see people living in destitute on our streets, and we need to provide more housing. We know this. And in the state of Washington, we have just recently put in $800 million of additional housing. That's why I'm thrilled that we have another $5 million going to the new housing that Estela is going to build. Congratulations to El Centro de la Raza. The last thing I want to comment on is the critical challenge that the new leaders of Washington need help with tonight. There are thousands of young people in our state tonight who are in medical school and business school, who are starting businesses, who are becoming nurses, who need the right to stay in this country. We need to make sure the U.S. Congress fixes DACA as soon as possible. These children need to stay in this community. And I mention this because I'm sure El Centro is reminding people we have the right to vote. We should exercise the right to vote in the next several weeks. Well, listen, I will just close by saying, pound for pound, this is the most Washingtonian value-based organization. To think of a marriage and an organization that started in the basement and now is at the top floor of reforming and bringing more health and more education and more housing and more justice. Estela, this organization is bending the arc of the moral universe that Dr. King talked about as fast as any other organization in the state of Washington. Congratulations. Go get them for the next 50 years. Mucho suerte. Good luck.
Thank you, Governor. Before he runs off here, I just want to thank him. March 2020, he appointed me to be a regent at Washington State University, my alma mater, and I never got a chance to thank you publicly for that opportunity, which means the world to me, and to represent the Latino community at Washington State University. So muchas gracias.
Go Cougs.
Oh, go Cougs.
Go Cougs.
All right. And I can't get Wi-Fi, so anybody that can and lets me know, please, how the Cougs are doing against USC, I would appreciate it. Anyway, let's hope that they pull a Mariners game and pull it out. All right, I want to introduce our auctioneer. He's been a part of this event every year since our 45th anniversary, and I know he's excited to be back here with us for the 50th anniversary. He is by far the best auctioneer I've ever been around. Please welcome back Fred Northup Jr. Fred.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, Enrique. Look at this crowd. Isn't this, you are right, it is so wonderful to be here in person. Thank you to everyone who watched us virtually. Thank you to those watching us virtually now, but it is really a treat to be with each and every one of you. 50 years, this is so exciting. As you know, we're here not only to have a good time, but also to support families in our community. And so I'm curious, who is here for the first time? We've talked a lot about 50 years, but raise your hand if you're here for the first time ever. Look at all of these hands. Give a round of applause to our new friends. Welcome, everyone. By being here, you are helping put food in the food bank. You are providing housing for families. You are building early learning centers. You're making sure that youth have opportunities to thrive. So thank you and welcome. And I know you're all here because you love El Centro. You want it to be around for another 50 years, and you can help make that possible tonight by being as generous as you are able. And so we're going to get to it. For those of you who are new, you might not know that one way to support El Centro is with tequila. If you're watching from home, go grab some tequila. For those of you in the room, we haven't been able to do this for a few years because, you know, we've been virtual. But right now, here's what you do. You've got a bright yellow bid card. You can see it being held up that says tequila shot. Grab that card. Hold it up now. We've got shots of Salsa tequila available. They're just $25 each. Hold the yellow bid card. A volunteer is going to take that bid card and give you a small placeholder card to put in front of you on the table. And in a moment, the convention center bartenders will bring you a shot. So for now, hold up your tequila shot. Again, our volunteers will quickly take those and give you a yellow placeholder card that goes right in front of you. This is always exciting. I don't know if we're going to set records tonight, but tequila, it's going to help.
I think we're going to run out of tequila, I hope.
Yeah, I like it. So volunteers are going to quickly take your tequila bid card and give you a yellow placeholder. And we will bring the tequila shots later on. We've got an important video that we'll show you shortly. But right now, volunteers are quickly coming through the room. They will give you the yellow card that means tequila will come on the way. And don't worry, we've got plenty. So again, just put those yellow cards right in front of them, volunteers. Let's see how quickly we can gather everyone's tequila cards for the tequila party. Oh, it's always a good time here. And if you're watching from home, make sure you go grab some tequila. When we bring out the tequila later on tonight, we want to make sure that you get to celebrate with us as well. And again, the $25 will be added to the bill. Right now, volunteers just quickly take those cards and hand them a yellow card. That's all you've got to do. Just grab those yellow bid cards, hand them a yellow card. Oh my goodness, this is very exciting. We've even got some tequila shots coming out now.
Tequila for a good cause.
Now, servers, we're about to clear the floor. As soon as we gather all the yellow bid cards, we're going to hold service. Let me know when we've got all the yellow bid cards, and then servers, we are going to hold service as soon as we have all of the yellow tequila bid cards gathered, because we have a very exciting video that we are going to show you. So we've got just a few more. Anyone else need their shots of tequila? Hold up your yellow tequila card, and we will come take care of you. And then just keep those little tequila cards, the small ones, in front of you. All right, servers, we're going to clear the floor. Servers, we're going to hold all service, please. So again, servers, we're going to hold all service. And I'll wait for 1 second. I want to make sure we have everyone's attention. So once again, servers, volunteers, you can clear the floor. Servers, we're going to clear the floor. I hope everyone watching from home got some good tequila. Servers, we're going to hold all service. Servers, please clear the room. Servers, please clear the room. Thank you. Servers. Nobody's listening. You are. You're listening. All right. No, servers, we are holding service. We're holding here. I'm going to come out here. Sir, hey, wait. We're going to hold all service right now. So we're going to bring the tequila after the video. So servers, we're going to hold all service because we've got an important video. You only turn 50 once. You know what I mean? So we'll bring those tequila shots very soon. But ladies and gentlemen, in celebration of 50 years, please turn your attention to the screens. Thank you.
Roberto Maestas said, "We took this over in your name for the yet unborn and future generations. This is your home, and everyone is welcome."
October 1972. Seattle is dealing with fallout from the Boeing bust, protests against the Vietnam War, and demands for equity and opportunity from communities of color.
What it meant, I think, to the Chicano community was that...
At the time, Roberto Maestas is leading an English as a second language program that serves as a focal point for a growing Chicano community.
It developed into a program that addressed itself to grassroots people.
But then it was defunded. Efforts to get the city to save the program and to provide a place for it to exist go nowhere. Maestas and other Chicano activists decide to take action. They set their sights on the vacant, rundown Beacon Hill School. On October 11th, they show up, saying they want to take a look inside.
All of these people started coming up the sidewalk, and the maintenance person saw that, and he turned to Roberto and gave him the key and said, "When you're done, lock up." And of course, we were never done.
The occupation lasts 3 months.
And they did it in a peaceful way without violence. I think the thing that makes it so successful is that the community came and supported them.
A deal is finally reached. The building is leased to the activists for $1 a year. El Centro de la Raza, the Center for People of All Races, is born. The real work begins.
Now we have this building, now we have this opportunity. How are we going to move this forward?
El Centro's leadership set out to implement Dr. Martin Luther King's philosophy of building a beloved community that stands for justice, opposes hate, aids those in need, and helps the community help themselves to succeed and thrive.
It started off with education, right? Then it started off with finding resources for food and other things that our community needed.
Childcare, preschool, and youth programs are created, along with efforts to aid families, seniors, immigrants, and the unhoused.
Yeah, I get pretty emotional every time I talk about it.
Board Chair Roxana Amaral knows firsthand how El Centro can change lives. When her family came to Seattle from Mexico, it was El Centro that helped them find their way in a new city and country.
It's been an honor to not only be a recipient and also receive the care that we received as immigrant children, and then being able to build our skills and set our foundation to then help others thrive.
As years became decades, El Centro stayed true to building a beloved community.
This is more of a commitment, a way of life, a calling.
That commitment and calling did not go unnoticed. El Centro's advocacy for social justice and economic opportunity made it a player in political circles.
There was an audience there they could no longer ignore. And when people came together and spoke out together and voted together, it gets noticed.
You also get noticed when you take on a $45 million capital project that creates Plaza Roberto Maestas with affordable housing, retail, office, event, and early childhood development space.
I think it took their respect level up in some sectors in the nonprofit community. And people sat back and said, "Oh, look at that."
Today, El Centro de la Raza provides 43 programs and services. This year, it will serve more than 22,000 people.
Jobs, healthcare, education, housing, those are basic human rights.
Amidst the pandemic, racial reckoning, and uncertain times, El Centro is planning for the future. It is developing projects to meet the growing need for low-income housing, childcare, and other services in Seattle's Columbia City neighborhood. And it's expanding in Federal Way and South King County, where Latinos now make up 56% of the population.
El Centro just has demonstrated year after year, decade after decade, that they're in for the long haul, and they're committed.
It is amazing that El Centro has lasted 50 years and now we're celebrating our 50th anniversary. And it just seems so natural that we'll be here for generations and generations to come.
¡Viva el Centro de la Raza!
I think it's clear that El Centro gives a whole new meaning to Si Se Puede, because when they started out 50 years ago, no one expected them to last long, but look what happened. 50 years, pretty amazing. You just saw El Centro de la Raza growing up right before your eyes. Now we'd like to welcome Cesar Amaral of Banda Vagos, who will lead us in singing Las Mañanitas and Happy Birthday to El Centro.
Thank you, Enrique. We have actually a special guest also with us. We know
like
Roberto
special
was always
guests.
about the children. And for those who may not recognize this young man, he's actually the son of Miss Roxana Amaral, my sister. She's the president of the board. So we're gonna sing Las Mañanitas, and then Rupi and I are gonna play the happy birthday song for you. So I believe we have lyrics here on the board, and we'd like your help in singing Las Mañanitas. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Estas son las mañanitas que cantaba el rey David. Hoy por ser día de tu santo, te las cantamos aquí. Despierta, mi bien, despierta. Mira que ya amaneció. Ya los pajarillos cantan, la luna ya se metió. Qué linda está la mañana. ¿No se oye? A little louder. Saludarte. Venimos todos con gusto y placer a felicitarte. El día en que tú naciste, nacieron todas las flores y en la pila del bautismo cantaron los ruiseñores. Ya viene amaneciendo y a la luz del día nos dio. Levántate de mañana. Mira que ya amaneció. And in true El Centro tradition, the happy birthday song. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. Gracias. Viva Roberto Maestas. Viva el Centro de la Raza. Viva Estela. Viva Estela Ortega. Gracias.
Give it up for our guest musician, too. Cesar, thank you so much. That was wonderful. Well, everyone, after song comes cake. If you're here in the room with us, again, find your bid card. For those of you at home, by the way, there's a link where you can make your tax-deductible donation at any time. But for those of you who are in the room, you are going to be using bid cards, so you can put your phones away. And when you grab your bid card, make sure you have your bid card and not someone else's. It's very embarrassing when you're spending the governor's money, for example. You want to make sure it's your bid card. So we're going to celebrate El Centro's 50th birthday at your table. Right over here, we have a beautiful chocolate-covered tres leches cake from the Salvadorian Bakery in White Center. It's got the number 50 right there atop it. I don't know if the camera, well, if we bring it this way, we've got, photographer, do you want to take it a step backwards? Just take it a step backwards and let's see, can we get a shot right down the aisle of this cake? I don't know, we'll find out. But this is a beautiful chocolate-covered cake. Again, tres leches cake from Salvadorian Bakery in White Center. We're gonna auction this one cake off to the highest bidder, and then the staff will bring it out to your table when it's time for dessert. So here's this cake. Who wants to be a hero to your table you will be the one table with this 50th birthday cake right here. So, everybody ready? Let's bring the lights up so I can see. And your bid card is already up for our live auction. We were going to start the bidding at $100,000 right there.
Just give him the credit card.
That's how it works?
Higher.
Start me off at $250. We only have one live auction item. This is it. $250 has bid right there, now $500. $500 has bid right there, now $750. $750, number 289 at $750, now $1,000. $1,000 right up front, now $1,250. Do you want to be $1,250 back there? I've got $1,000 up front for cake. How about $1,100? You can be a hero to your table. $1,100 is bid. Now $1,200 is bid in the back right. Now $1,300. $1,300. I've got $1,200 in the lead in the back. Got to be $1,300. $1,300 to be a hero to your table. $1,300. It's our one live auction item. $1,300. I've got $1,300 is bid. Now $1,400. $1,400. I've got $1,300 in the lead. Got to be $1,400. $1,400. You're out back there. $1,400. $1,300 is bid right here. Got to be $1,400. $1,400. I've got $1,300 bid. Anyone else want the cake? The one and only cake. You're in the lead at $1,300. Got to be $1,400 going once. $1,400 going twice. Last chance at $1,400 is bid up front.
Whoa.
Now it's your turn at $1,500. It's only money. You'll make more. I promise you'll make more.
It's
$1,500.
tax-deductible, right?
$1,500 is bid up front.
All right.
Got to be $1,600.
Come on.
$1,600 is bid. Now $1,700. Oh, you're so close. Look how close the cake is to you already. $1,600. You're going to have to watch them eat. Got to be $1,700 going once. $1,600 in the lead up front. Got to be $1,700 going twice. Last chance at $1,700. Thank you. Sold $1,600, number 229 at $1,600, number 229.
Lucia
Congratulations.
Daniels Maestas.
Oh,
way to go.
I love it.
Sugar high tonight.
All right, my friends, don't worry because the fun continues. Right now we've got a wine bottle. Laura, do you mind handing me that wine right there? Take a look at this, everybody. This right here is a wine bottle featuring a limited edition, custom designed commemorative label for this year as a tribute to El Centro de la Raza's 50th anniversary. You can see it says 50 años right there on the bottle. The first 50 bid cards up will receive a bottle. This is Northwest Cellars 2017 R Red Blend. If you're at home, pop a great bottle of wine. Here in the room, they're $50 each. And that's it. We've only got 50 bottles total. So who would like one for $50? When you pour this for your friends, they will say, how did you get that? And you'll have a story to tell. Here we go. Number 414. Number 274. Number 175. Number 345. Number 445. Number 152. I got you right there. Thank you. Number 448. Number 534. Number 429. Number 493. Number 384. Number 665. Number 289. Number 668. Number 488. Number 802. Number 683. Number 735. Number 351. And I already got you, 289. I already got you. Don't worry.
Right there, Fred.
Number 533. Number 549. Number 305. Number 241. Number 126. How many are left there, Laura? Lots. All right, good. Number 552. Number 451. number 270, number 538, number 432, number 214. Who else wants a 50th anniversary bottle? Again, they're only $50, and what a fun story to tell when you pop one open for your friends. Number 295, number 126, thank you, number 515. Who else wants a 50th anniversary bottle of wine for only $50? What a fun way to support El Centro. Number 432, thank you. Anyone else want a 50th anniversary bottle? How many remain? 15 bottles remain. Number 198, number 231, number 425, number 716. Remember, just $50 for a bottle of wine. Number 499. Number 112, and yes, you can buy more than one. Number 509, number 342 wants a 50th anniversary bottle of wine for only $50 with the custom label. How many remain? 8 left. Number 576 wants another bottle. Number 523, number 187. Number 636, number 481. How many are left? 3 bottles left. Number 381, number 533, and number 422, and we are sold out. Amazing. Thank you everyone for your generosity. We'll keep that going later. Enrique, back to you.
Thank you, Fred. Hey, round of applause to yourselves for buying all that wine and making sure that we're inching forward to the next 50 years here for El Centro de la Raza. All right, I'd like to introduce now our keynote speaker. We are honored this evening to have Tomas Sainz, President and General Counsel of the Mexican-American Legal Defense and Education Fund, with us tonight to give our keynote address. Tomas leads his organization in pursuing litigation, policy advocacy, and community education to promote the civil rights of all Latinos living in the United States in the areas of education, employment, immigrant rights, and voting rights. In 2016, Tomas argued before the U.S. Supreme Court in United States versus Texas, representing interveners defending the Obama administration's deferred action initiatives, which still continues to be contested and no doubt will be in court again soon. And MALDEF will be opening up an office here in Seattle soon. So I can have your attention, please, for our keynote speaker, Tomas Sainz. Please welcome him.
Thank you. It is my great honor and privilege to be here to celebrate El Centro's 50th anniversary. I begin with a disclosure. I am from Los Angeles, but we won't see you until the World Series. So we'll support you until then, but once the World Series starts, all bets are off. I also need to warn you that I'm a lawyer, as you've heard. So look forward to 30 minutes of discourse. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. So for those who are not familiar with MALDEF, we are the Mexican-American Legal Defense and Educational Fund. We were founded in 1968 in San Antonio, Texas. And we are now serving the entire nation's Latinos to promote, through the legal system, the civil rights of all Latinos living in the United States. Now, what that means is that were a little bit older than El Centro. So I know from our commemoration some 4 years ago of half a century that as is true of MALDEF, it's true of El Centro. This organization is as much needed today as it was ever needed, even going back 50 years. We all would have expected after 50 years to have seen great progress, and we certainly have. But we also know that with progress come new challenges, and those new challenges will keep organizations, leadership organizations like El Centro, busy for the next half century and beyond. Now, you've heard in the introduction that MALDEF, which was founded, as I said, in San Antonio, Texas, but now headquartered in Los Angeles, with offices in Los Angeles, San Antonio, Chicago, and Washington, D.C., that we will shortly be opening an office in Seattle, Washington. We are doing that because as a national civil rights organization, it is time for us to be in the Northwest, given the substantial growth and dispersion of our Latino population. Now, I know you are all familiar with this, but I want to remind us, because it's so critical as we look forward to the next 50 years, that the 2020 census, despite a 5% estimated undercount of the Latino community, the Census Bureau's own estimate, that is the highest undercount of any racial ethnic population in the country. But despite that highest undercount, the Census Bureau reported that over the course of the decade from 2010 to 2020, Latinos accounted for 51.1% of all the growth of the total United States population. To put that differently, over the course of that decade, Latinos grew by 23%. The entire rest of the country, all non-Latinos combined, grew by 4.3%. In other words, Latinos grew at more than 5 times the rest of the United States population. The Census Bureau in August 2021 reported that a majority of states, 26, now have Latino populations in excess of 10%. Indeed, as I speak to you today, almost certainly there are 27 states whose populations exceed 10%, because the 27th state, Hawaii, was at 9.5% in April 2020. In Washington, you all are aware of the substantial growth of the Latino population. As the Census Bureau reported, over the course of the 2010 to 2020 decade, Latinos were responsible for over 30% of the growth of the population of the state of Washington, and Latinos today amount to 14% of Washington's population. There is no question but that the Latino community will continue to grow, particularly in comparison to the rest of the population in the foreseeable future. No doubt you know, it is almost cliche that demography is not destiny. In other words, we cannot count on our growth standing alone to sustain the struggle for civil rights. Indeed, I know from personal experience over the last 30 years as a civil rights lawyer that our growth in the Latino population is viewed by too many as a threat. something to be feared, something to be avoided, something to be stemmed. In the 1990s, California saw a backlash against its growing population with unprecedented anti-Latino voter initiatives in that decade.
Tomas, I'd like people just to quiet. You really need to listen to what he's saying because we're in a very critical election year and we really need to pay attention to what he's saying. So please, thank you.
Demographic fear is a reality for our community. Not just California in the 90s, but Arizona in 2010, just as Latinos were approaching a quarter and more of the population, saw a backlash against the Latino community in the infamous SB 1070 and a ban on ethnic studies and a ban on affirmative action. This is a warning to all of us across the country. We know that in 2015, Donald Trump launched a campaign for president with a slur against all Mexican immigrants. He did that and still, despite continued anti-Latino sentiments in his campaign, achieved victory. The truth is that demography is not destiny is also proven by the severe underrepresentation of our Latino community in leadership across the country. Now, in Washington State, in Seattle, I know that you have and have had Latinos in high positions of authority and leadership. And I know and believe that will continue. But the pattern across the country is such that we must be wary about when our numbers reach a point to trigger fear in too many in positions of authority. So we know from that severe underrepresentation that you see in the media and entertainment industry every day, online, on television, in cinema, where Latinos have the highest gap between our representation in the population. We are now 19% of the US population, and our representation in the entertainment media. That's just the example we see every day, but it's true in other endeavors of leadership as well. So we in the Latino community live the truth that demography is not destiny. But tonight I want to convey that demography is responsibility. The growth of the Latino community to date and in the future gives our community a special responsibility to ensure that the public policy and civil rights challenges of the nation as a whole are solved for today and for the future. It is our responsibility in the Latino community to lead our nation in a future where we will one day be the largest racial ethnic group across the nation. This means that we have a responsibility to lead, together with our allies and other communities, to achieve education equity, where I note that Latinos are already more than 1 in 4 of all public school kindergarten through 12th grade students nationwide. We have a responsibility to restore reproductive choice and gender equity. We have a responsibility to lead in ending hate, a responsibility to lead in enhancing civil rights. We have a responsibility to lead in achieving labor fairness, where Latinos are already more than 1 in 5 members of the total United States workforce. But not only that, we have an opportunity, an obligation, a responsibility to lead in other areas of challenge, even those not often seen as Latino issues. We have to lead in solving climate change and global warming. We have to lead in adopting policies of economic fairness and development. We have to lead together with allies in achieving criminal justice reform. But perhaps most important, in the Latino community, we have a responsibility to take the steps necessary to preserve our democracy. The threat is palpable. We see it coming. And our responsibility as Latinos, as the largest minority group in the country, responsible for over half the growth of our nation in the last decade, we have a responsibility to do the work to preserve and extend our democracy. That means, first and foremost, that every one of us who is eligible has a responsibility and obligation to lead by voting. I want to give an example of where we are facing barriers in exercising that important responsibility. Your governor alluded to the DACA issue, where I am proud to say that MALDEF represents intervening DACA recipients in that litigation filed by the state of Texas that continues to challenge the legality of deferred action for childhood arrivals. You all may have seen that in the last week, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals issued a decision in that pernicious challenge to a program that has benefited every single resident of this country by garnering the efforts and the intelligence and creativity of hundreds of thousands of young immigrants who contribute daily in the ways that the governor described. Now, that Fifth Circuit decision was frankly a mixed bag. Sent it back to the district court for further proceedings, which is progress in many folks' views by delaying the final resolution of this challenge. But what I want to note to you, as I point out that we have been involved in this litigation since its inception in 2018, that the three judges on the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, this is a court just below the US Supreme Court. This is a court that serves just 3 states, Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. Obviously, Texas is dominant. Texas, with its population that is 40% Latino. In the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, as in every circuit across the country, when a case goes up, you get a random draw of 3 judges. In the case of the Fifth Circuit, you get 3 judges out of a total of 17 judges active in the Fifth Circuit. We knew going into this that we would never have a Latino judge on that panel. And that is because today, out of those 17 Fifth Circuit judges, not a single one of them is Latino or Latina. Can you imagine going in knowing that an issue like DACA, with its impact, not just on the nation, but a specific impact for the Latino community, would never be heard by any judge from the most affected community? We are 19% of the population, but 0% of judges in a circuit dominated by the state of Texas. It wasn't so long ago that there were 3 active Latino judges on the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. But as they retired and moved on, they were succeeded by non-Latino judges, leaving us today worse off than we were a decade ago. This, if anything, proves that demography is not destiny. That even as we grow larger and larger, we have to demand that we are given the ability to take on that responsibility that goes with our growth to lead. We have to demand equitable representation on our courts, in our universities, on television, in corporate boards of directors. We have to demand that we are provided the opportunity to complete our responsibility to create a new America with new civil rights 2.0, if you will, that will serve not just Latinos, not just blacks, but will serve all persons who face irrational bias and discrimination for whatever reason. I want to note one more important anniversary to go along with El Centro's 50th. And I want to invite you all to join MALDEF, El Centro, and others across the country in recognizing this coming anniversary. In January of 2023, we will mark 20 years, 2 decades, since the Census Bureau estimated that Latinos have become the largest racial minority group in the country. You all know that after 20 years, we are not treated like the largest racial minority group in the country. And that's why we need to highlight that after 20 years, we are ready. We are ready to take our responsibility of leadership for the future of this country. Now, I know, in conclusion, that we will succeed because I know our history of struggle for inclusion, our history of struggle for civil rights, our history of struggle and resilience in the face of ever new challenges. But I also know we will succeed in fulfilling our responsibility of leadership that comes with that demographic change, because I know that the work of organizations like El Centro, over half a century of demonstrating the kind of leadership that we must as a people demonstrate nationwide in every region and in every state, that we have examples like El Centro to demonstrate not just to those in the Latino community, but to those in our allied communities, that we are ready to work in coalition with all to achieve that responsibility of leadership to a new America. Thank you.
Thank you, Tomas. You know, our democracy is really on the brink, and we have a lot to do to make sure that it doesn't go over and go down. So thank you for all that you do, Tomas. Your words are very inspiring, and I know that the work of MALDEF is just very important, and we're really pleased that they're going to be coming to Seattle. Before we move on, I want to bring up someone, when Tomas mentioned leadership, and we have a leader that was appointed recently, Seattle Police Chief, Adrian Diaz. Please come up. So, Adrian has been in the Seattle Police Department for what, 25 years. So, get up close here. I can boss a police chief around. That's kind of cool. All right. No more traffic tickets?
We just did a podcast together.
That's right, I know. You're very good. But you've done tremendous work in South Park. I want people to know that. He's been really involved in the community. And just, you know, we're just very proud to see you. I don't know why you want this position, but, you know, it's a tough job. But
we have a lot
thank
more
you.
work. We have a lot more work to do, but I'm honored and privileged to serve this city. I'm honored and privileged to be a Latino and be able to be in the highest chief position as well. So thank you, and we will serve you as best we can.
All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right. So everybody out there, be good. All right. I'd like now to direct your attention. We're going to celebrate some scholarship winners here. Direct your attention to the screen. I caught him off guard, didn't I? Yeah. Okay. The screen's going to tell you we're going to show some names here, and these are our future generation of doctors, lawyers, educators, activists, nurses, and leaders. These scholars have shown resilience, drive, positivity, leadership, and community organizing skills. And in honor of Roberto Maestas, our principal founder and longtime executive director, each scholar will receive a $1,000 scholarship to use for college or any post-secondary education. The scholarship symbolizes Roberto's commitment to youth, equitable access to higher education, and to developing our future leaders. And I'm going to share the names of the 2022 Roberto Felipe Maestas Legacy Scholars. Angel Amezquita, Fernando Avalos Prada, Axel Campos Fernandez, Giovanni Cardova. My theme music, please. Thank you. Andrea Cruz Gonzalez, Andre Cruz Gonzalez, Galilea de Dios, Perla Amiguel Ibarra Corral, Kimberly Jimenez, Alejandra Lopez, Jessica Martinez Vaca, Shirley Mendez, Daisy Mora, Moises Rodriguez, and Ruby Sacido. We are proud of you. We look forward to seeing you in what you're going to do next. I hope you'll all go to WSU. No, just kidding. You can go to the U if you want. Just go someplace. Now, before we give you the opportunity to open your hearts and your wallets to make a tax-deductible donation, it's time now for us to tell you a bit more about why you are here tonight and the work that you make possible. Servers, once again, we're going to hold all service, please. Now, here to tell us about El Centro de la Raza and how it's impacted her life is Mariana Leos Bravo, a senior at Thomas Jefferson High School. Please give her a warm welcome.
Good evening, everybody. So for as long as I can remember, I've always been assumed to be just an ordinary girl, and I've always been so assumed to be that I even began to believe it myself. But just shy of 4 years ago, I entered a new realm in which we call high school. And I know a lot of you tonight just had a flood of memories come through with those 2 words alone. And now, years later, to be exact, 3 years and some change later, I'm now able to say I have memories that flood back into tonight. And it all begins with my class registration form, and I end up in a niche little classroom, Heritage Spanish 1. And I meet a niche little lady, Julie Cabañas. Me, a very ordinary and what seemed to be ordinary girl like myself, who felt like nobody. She immediately saw me as somebody from the very beginning, and little did I know the trip I was set for the next few years. Had it not been for that fateful form, I would not be with you all tonight. And had it not been for that fateful form and the third eye Miss Cabañas seems to have to seek people's hidden selves out, I would not be with you all tonight either. But especially had it not been for her pushing me to try and take Heritage into the IB area as I approached my junior year, I definitely would not have had the incredible opportunities that I have now. one of the most important and impeccable opportunities presented to me within that very year, which has felt beyond fulfilling, immersive, and almost limitless, was opening the gateway into being involved with one of the most essential and inclusive groups I've ever had the pleasure of knowing, and the pleasure of all of us here tonight having known for now 50 years at Centro de la Raza. It has truly been a blessing to have been able to connect and work with the beautiful and amazing people from Centro that I have had the pleasure to spend time with. In specific, Maria and Ruby, but I cannot forget Miss Lizzie, who brought me a caramel frap one time. I'll never forget that. But in all seriousness, I've had so much pleasure to learn from and grow within because of how incredible their system of teaching and informing is. And I find it absolutely amusing how even before I was formally introduced to Centro within the last spring, I had not realized I was blindly passing by one of the best things I was ever going to know, which was the actual Centro de la Raza building in Federal Way when I would go contribute to my honest capitalist Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday work week. I would simply drive by and say, "That's a nice sign. I'm about 15 minutes past my shift and my AirPods just died." It's truly funny how life works sometimes, but in all honesty, at the end of the day, being involved with the Centro de la Raza has truly allowed me to explore different areas and understand things in a different perspective. I've been able to connect and know other people. It's even allowed me to feel even a pinch more connected to my culture and people alike, because truly being a first-gen Mexican-American girl and constantly having to manage through the American dream and never finding myself able to actually step foot in the motherland or expand out to people alike or live and experience the beautiful things the culture has to offer, because I simply put, I'm just too whitewashed, which has definitely, in hindsight, been a white lie on a light brown-skinned girl like myself. These people have lit a fire within myself I did not realize I would be able to emit. And I've been given so many resources, so many chances, and so many incredible memories with, of course, Cabañas, but especially with El Centro. This organization and everything it entails, what they strive for, and how they approach others, but especially people like myself, is what can mold and refine the cracks and chips in our beloved Mother Earth's surface. And I've known and been involved with Centro for the past year, and I wish to be with all of you beyond the next 50 years, and so on and so forth. But I would just like to affirm that the subgroup Hope for Youth truly will stand the test of time, because they found the hope inside of my youth. May we raise a paddle, but more importantly, may we raise our hearts to the center that stands true to hold us all together. Thank you.
Mariana, everybody!
Hey, give her a big round of applause. That was excellent. Excellent.
Incredible. Well, friends, whether you are in the room at home or whether you're in the room here with us, you have the opportunity right now to make a difference in the lives of children and youth and families. And your generosity has a tremendous impact on young people in our community, as you just heard. And for those of you at home, you can make your donation online. For those in the room, we ask that you raise your bid card, not at a level that's easy, but at a level that's truly meaningful to you and to this community. And so let's change lives together now. We're going to start at a big number and work our way down. Our top level is $10,000. Is there anyone here? And Mick, if we can hold them off on music. Is there anyone here who can raise your paddle now at $10,000? Hold your paddle proudly. And we're confident we have a level that works for everybody. And here we go, number 431 at $10,000.
Thank you. Nicole Maher, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Would anyone like to join Nicole at $10,000? Hold your paddle proudly. How about a big round of applause for our lead donor at $10,000? Thank you. Our next level is $5,000. Of course, if you want to raise your paddle at more than one level, you can do the math. We can help more students like Mariana graduate high school and go to college. Who can join us now at $5,000? Hold your paddle proudly. And again, we know we have a level that works for everyone in the room. But if there's anyone here who is able to raise your paddle at $5,000, please do. Again, we're confident that there's a level that works for everyone, but I want to just give everyone the opportunity to dig deep. Anyone at $5,000 before we continue? All right, let's keep it going then at $2,500. And when you donate $2,500, you help ensure our middle school and high school students receive the academic and personalized support that they need to advance to the next grade. Starting us off at $2,500, big round of applause to the Quinault Indian Nation at $2,500. Thank you. Thank you also to Paycom at $2,500. And thank you also to Paul Kreider joining us online at $2,500. Thank you so much. Who can join our three lead donors at $2,500? If you are able, please raise your paddles proudly at $2,500. We've got three. We're watching the gifts coming in online. Thank you to everyone watching from home. Anyone in this room want to join us at $2,500 before we move on? All right. Our next level is $1,000. Actually, $1,500 is our next level. But Enrique, we should say before we get to $1,500, ACLU of Washington State gave $2,000. Thank you to the ACLU. And Sprague Israel Giles also gave $2,000 tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
But let's continue now at $1,500. Remember, of course, you can give at more than one level. Our priority will always be to protect and defend our community by being more vigilant and more organized.
Fritz?
Yes.
We got a big
right over there at $1,500. Look at that. It's our fearless leader, number 493.
Estela Ortega.
Estela joining us at $1,500. Thank you so much. Shout out to the Geico table, by the way. They gave $1,500. Thank you, Geico.
Geico.
Board member Victoria Kill also joined us at $1,500. Thank you. Seattle Education Association, I see, giving $1,500. Thank you. Rick Koch, thank you so much for your generosity at $1,500.
Thank you so much.
Would anyone else like to join Estella at $1,500? And here we go, number 576 at $1,500. That's Martin Sanchez. Thank you, Martin. Would anyone else?
Thank you.
Who else wants to join Estella? How often do you get to stand side by side with Estella like this in support of a great organization and their 50th birthday? Number 515 also joining us at $1,500.
Rodolfo Hernandez, thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone else at $1,500? All right, my friends. Our next level is $1,000, and we're going to make it really easy for you to give. Not only do you support scholarships for youth and graduation academic support, but we have a $50,000 challenge from the Sunderland Fund Northwest at this level. Can we give a big round of applause for the Sunderlands for their $50,000 challenge? Starting now, your donation is being matched dollar for dollar. When you give $1,000, they give $1,000. Who would like to join us at $1,000, knowing that your $1,000 becomes $2,000 right now? And here we go. Number 324 donates $1,000. Thank you. Number 483, thank you. Who else at $1,000? I'm looking over here. Oh, there we go. Number 493, thank you. Number 4, what was that? Sorry, Miguel, what was that? Number 429, thank you. Anyone else want to donate $1,000? Remember, your $1,000 becomes $2,000. Are you giving again? Estella's giving for the third time, everybody. Number 493 is showing us what generosity looks like, giving 3 times. Enrique Serna says, I want to donate. Number 202, thank you, at $1,000. Remember, you're being matched dollar for dollar. Number 572, Thank you for your generosity at $1,000. Anyone else want to join us? Yes, number 228, giving $1,000. Thank you for your generosity. Again, these $1,000 donors are being matched. Their $1,000 becomes $2,000. Anyone else at $1,000? How about a big round of applause for our $1,000 supporters? I also know that we have people, again, giving online, so I want to say thank you to our additional $1,000 supporters. Washington State Commission on Hispanic Affairs, thank you. The Borgman family, thank you for $1,000. Maria Bayola, thank you at $1,000. Be Well Consulting gave $1,000. Janice Kreider gave $1,000. Thank you. Let's give all of our $1,000 one more round of applause. All right, everyone, the challenge continues. We've still got challenge money, so your $500 donation becomes $1,000. So who can join us now at $500, just over $1 a day? And remember, you're being matched dollar for dollar. By the way, I just got this note. I should read it. The Muslim Association of Puget Sound wants to donate $1,000. How about that? Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, who would like to give $500? Remember, you're being matched. Here we go. Number 432, thank you for your generosity. Number 404. Number 598, thank you. Number 423, thank you. Number 538. Remember, all these $500 donors become $1,000 with our challenge. Number 699. Number 181. Number 112. Number 320. Thank you. Number 151. Number 231. Thank you. Number 407. Number 636. Number 305. Thank you. Who else would like to give $500? Number 135. Thank you so much. Anyone else at $500? Hold your paddle proudly. How about a big round of applause for our $500 supporters? Thank you. All right, everybody, our next level is $250. As you saw earlier, El Centro de la Raza continues to expand into Federal Way, and they need your help right now to continue expanding our services in South King County. So let's do it. Who can join us at $250? And we hope that everyone joins us at a level that is meaningful to you. It all adds up to a big number. We're so grateful for every generous donation. So here we go. Number 106, thank you for your generosity. Thank you for starting us off. Number 599, thank you. Number 111, number 289, number 724, number 597. Thank you to everyone with your paddle up. Number 297, number 419, number 328, number 677, number 680, number 403, number 384. Look at all these generous supporters at $250. Number 156, number 606. Thank you so much. Number 607, number 363. Thank you. Number 490. So much generosity in the room. Again, our goal is 100% participation. Here we go. Number 430, thank you. Who else? Number 536, thank you for your generosity. I got you back there, 430. I got you. Thank you. Anyone else? How about a big round of applause for our $250 supporters? Our next level is $100. And again, we are confident that we have a level that works for everybody, so let's keep it going. Number 175, thank you for your generosity at $100. Number 530. Number 395, thank you. Number 107. Number 600. Number 621. Number 270. Again, thank you to everybody with your paddle up. Number 436. Number 178. Number 517. Number 580. Number 533. Got you both. Number 665. I like anyone with 2 bid cards, by the way. Number 559. Number 345. Number 503. Number 397. Number 152. Thank you. Number 672. Number 474. Number 303. Number 198. Number 273. Number 701. Thank you. Number 448. Number 102. Number 478. Thank you for your generosity. Way over here, number 237. Number 486. Number 327. Number 608. Number 571 keeps the party going. Anyone else want to join us at $100? Wow, how about a round of applause for our $100 supporters? We just have a few more things after our Raise the Paddle, so stay here with us because this is our final level of $50. $50. Who can join us now at $50? Hold your paddle up proudly. And here we go. Number 663, thank you for kicking off our final level. Number 195, thank you for your generosity. Number 428, thank you. Anyone else at $50? Yes. Number 499, thank you. Again, our goal is 100% participation. This is our last level. Number 442, thank you. Anyone else at $50? Yes. Number 240, thank you for your generosity. Anyone else here want to join us at our last level? How about a big round of applause for everyone who raised their paddle here tonight? Thank you so much. Laura, if there's anyone I should see online, let me know. And if there is an amount that I did not call, you can add it to your bill at checkout. Now, remember, we have a raffle drawing, and you must be present to win. But first, we're going to present the Roberto Felipe Maestas Legacy Awards, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, everybody, make a big, loud round of applause for the one and only Miguel Maestas, our Housing and Economic Development Director, to present our first award.
Thank you, gracias. It's now time to present the Roberto Felipe Maestas Legacy Awards. Roberto Maestas' life was dedicated to building Martin Luther King Jr.'s beloved community through multiracial unity. He deeply believed that poverty, racism, and social inequity could only be eradicated if all races and backgrounds came together to do so. In his honor, the Roberto Felipe Maestas Legacy Award recognizes individuals who have exemplified building the beloved community. El Centro de la Raza celebrates the recipients and their contributions by making a $1,000 gift in their name to an organization of their choice. This year, El Centro de la Raza is pleased to honor award winners Anila Afzali and Carlos Jimenez. Please take a moment to view their full stories and accomplishments in your program booklets. Our first awardee is Anila Afzali. Anila is the founder and executive director of the American Muslim Empowerment Network at the Muslim Association of Puget Sound, MAPS Amen. Anila Afzali is a Harvard Law School attorney who left her legal career to pursue service and community activism, serving as a bridge to bring together communities as well as a passionate and fierce advocate. Anila has established herself as a powerful justice leader in our community who works day to day to combat hate, racism, and violence. MAPS bridges gaps between faith and faith-based communities to help increase understanding towards Islam and Muslims and to build relationships across religious, racial, cultural, and political differences. El Centro de la Raza believes she honors Dr. King's dream of beloved community through her work of building cross-cultural coalitions to advocate for justice together. Please join me in honoring Anila Afzali, recipient of the 2022 Roberto Felipe Maestas Legacy Award, and welcome her to the stage to say a few words.
Good evening, buenas tardes, assalamu alaikum, and thank you. Wow, I am so humbled by this prestigious award named after an inspiring change maker and a beloved civil rights leader, a hero for so many. And while I'm so honored, I'm not the sole recipient of this award. I stand on the shoulders of many giants before me, especially black and brown leaders who made my being here and the work that I do even possible, people like my dear sister Estela. I stand below the love and mercy of God, shining light and love on the justice and peace-building work that we are doing together. And I stand with so many fellow activists, tireless advocates, and bold co-conspirators who actually should be up here with me because they are with me on the front lines, doing the justice work, serving those in need, and building the beautiful, beloved community. And they and you all inspire me so very much, and this award is for all of us, juntos. This award also comes at a deeply meaningful time. The last couple of years have been especially difficult. As an Afghan American, seeing the devastation in Afghanistan and the influx of Afghan refugees, my own extended family in harm's way, and dealing with some family and personal health issues, it's been particularly challenging. But being here with you, feeling the power in this room, getting this recognition for our collective work, it absolutely lifts my heart and reinforces my passion and commitment. And I accept this award on behalf of so many. And I thank MAPS and the larger Muslim, Latino, and other communities, my family and friends who have and continue to support me and the work, and of course my parents whose sacrifice and courage in fleeing a war-torn country allowed me to be here today. Tashakar Madar Jan wa Padar Jan. I will close by saying that right now our work is more important than ever. Our country is growing in divisiveness, so our work in countering hate and violence and building the beloved community is so critical. And the people in this room are the game changers. We have the power to make a difference. Yes, we can. Yes, we should. And yes, we will. Si se puede to the next 50 years of El Centro. Gracias.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Veronica Gallardo, Property Manager at El Centro de la Raza, to present the next award.
Wow, that was amazing. Carlos Jimenez is our next Legacy Award recipient. Carlos is the founder and deputy director of Centro Cultural Mexicano in Redmond. His commitment to community, empowerment, and education was the motivator for him in co-founding Centro Cultural Mexicano, a cultural and enrichment center that is focused on the needs of the Latino Chicano community. Its mission is to inspire inclusive participation by the community in all aspects of education, culture, and society by providing opportunities for individuals to create a positive future for themselves and their families. El Centro de la Raza is proud to honor Carlos Jimenez as a recipient of one of the 2022 Roberto Felipe Maestas Legacy Awards. His dedication to educating and supporting the Latino community in King County echoes the work of Dr. King and his dream of building the beloved community with dignity and respect for all. Please welcome Carlos to the stage to say a few words.
Gracias. Es un verdadero honor para mí estar aquí esta noche. Cuando yo recibí la llamada de la noticia de que me habían nominado para recibir este award, I was in Guadalajara, laid in bed. I didn't know if I was going to make it back. That's the reality. But this award, this recognition is not for me. This is for my grandfather, Maximiano Jimenez, who died in the Mexican Revolution. For my grandmother, who raised 6 Mexican children, 7 including myself, by herself, who taught me how to be a real human being, a compassionate human being, who worked hard, who taught me how to go and cut quelites and verdolagas in the field and go sell it at the market so I would never have to beg for food and take anything for granted. He also taught me that education was one of the most valuable things in life, which I did. I'm a civil engineer by trade and a former university professor. But my passion has been always, like my grandmother and everyone in my family, to help and help and help community and build unity and build the vision for all of us as minorities. Because even though we are almost probably over 60 million Latinos in the country, 1 million, over 1 million Mexican and Mexican Americans in the state of Washington, more than 380 Latino American descendants, we're still being ignored. We opened Centro Cultural Mexicano in East King County in the heart of Redmond. Just think about that, in the heart of Redmond, on a place where my community was being ignored for years. 58,000 Latinos living in East King County, and they were ignored for years. We put a sign out there that it says Centro Cultural Mexicano, and it was what? Of course, I turned heads right away. What is this? Is this a supermarket? No. This is the house of the Latinos and the community in need. This is not a supermarket. This is not a Latino store. This is where we're going to build power and wake up our community. And that's what we're doing, and that's what we're going to continue doing. How did we sustain? Because as you know, every time you see a Latino organization from some communities that are always looking at us, they thought, they're going to fail. They're not going to last a year. Well, let me tell you this. This is almost our 4th year. We help thousands of families. We help to distribute and keep families with their roof. We have helped with and distribute more than $23 million on rental assistance, just to mention one thing. Next, we started out with 840 square feet. We're going to be downtown Redmond with almost 7,000 square feet. So the little store that was a store now is for everyone. That's where the youth are going to grow. That's where the youth are going to go and keep going forward. How do we keep that? Driving Uber myself the first year so we can pay the rent. And our executive director, Angie Nojos, selling art in different places so we can keep our doors open. So we didn't close. We still open. We are growing. We're taking over downtown Redmond. We also make great relationships But as I say, and I accept this award, this is not for me. This is for all of us. This is for all the communities in need. This is for the Mexican Americans, the Latinos, all of us as immigrants community. I accept this award humbly, not for me, on behalf of the over 60 million Latinos in the country. This award represents the dream of Roberto Maestas. This award represents his vision of a hardworking community and a hardworking families. Thank you for this recognition. Hopefully, we will continue serving our community. That's our mission, that's our vision. Thank you. And as we say, the time is now. Ya es tiempo. That's our motto en Centro Cultural Mexicano. Enough is enough. Ya es tiempo. The time is now. Thank you. Thank you from my heart. Thank you on behalf of Centro Cultural Mexicano. Gracias, Roberto Maestas. Gracias.
While they smile, one more round of applause for Anila and Carlos, everybody, and the very important work that they do for this community each and every day. Thank you, congratulations, and we turn things back over to Estela.
See, how's everybody doing? We've had some inspiring words this evening, ¿no? Sí, tenemos que luchar y continuar y votar. Okay, the part of the program now is to honor our heroes, our sheroes, our sheroes, our heroes of El Centro that has brought us here 50 years later. So in honor of our 50th anniversary, we have selected 50 people who went above and beyond for El Centro de la Raza and the beloved community. People who fought for us, made sacrifices, gave their labor and their love. We would not have made it to 50 years without the commitment, love, and collective effort to support El Centro de la Raza in the fight for justice and in building the beloved community through multiracial unity. We are so fortunate to have so many people in the community who made us what we are. We'd love to honor everyone who has supported El Centro over the last 50 years. So please know that we love you all tremendously and are forever grateful to you. Some of our honorees in the following video are with us, and some are no longer with us, but we remember and honor them in our hearts. Please watch this segment and meet our 50 Sheroes heroes. Gracias.
a minute, I got to move the Estela Ortega thing. Whoa, got to work out there. Now, if we said your name to the people that were here in all of that, those of you that were in the video, if you're here, please stand. Just want to acknowledge you. I just want you to know that I spent hours and hours looking for photos of each and every one of you to put into that thing, and we managed to do it. We mentioned 50 people, but I think we all know there is one more person that we need to honor tonight. So Estela Ortega, get back up here. Come on. Let's get our theme music up. Thank you very much. For those of you who don't know the backstory, she came to El Centro de la Raza from Texas when she was just 22 years old. 2 weeks into the occupation, Estela and Roberto got married during the occupation as well. Yeah, amazing. Estela, it's my honor to present to you a framed commemorative 50th anniversary poster for your tireless commitment to keeping El Centro de la Raza running, growing, and thriving. You inspire us. Let's face it, you're one of the big reasons that El Centro de la Raza has been around for 50 years. I don't know where you get all the energy to keep going, but thank you for everything that you've done for El Centro and the people that have been able to receive the services. And thank you so much for just showing up and being this tremendous Latina who just kicks ass. So thank you.
Gracias. Gracias. ¡Viva la comunidad! ¡Viva la comunidad! ¡Viva la comunidad! En inglés, power to the people. Power to the people. Well, what a beautiful honor and a surprise. And, I'm just going to say a few words because I think I said a lot of it in my comments, is that no one builds a movement by themselves. We need our community. We need our supporters. We need our participants of our programs, to raise their consciousness so that they can be involved in struggle so that we can build a better world. And I have to tell you that in the 50 years, and I think of all the staff people that we've had, the volunteers that we've had over the years, those are the people also who make El Centro thrive. I've got a bunch of staff here today, and just know that we are so grateful for the work that you do day in and day out to help alleviate some of the suffering that our community feels, and then also empowering them to become better and self-sustained and resilient. So that's all I want to say, and thank you. We love every single one of you. Even though I may not know you, I invite you to come to El Centro de la Raza when we start opening up so that we can be friends and really know each other. Mil gracias.
All right. So we need a photo over here. And by the way, the flowers she was given tonight were grown in the garden at El Centro. Oh, I love that.
All right, they got the photo, they're checking it, they're leaking it to the press now. All right, we get to now do our raffle drawing unless you have something else to add.
Yeah, that's right.
You're the boss, I stop when you talk.
Sorry.
those of you who are here and sitting at your table, I don't know if you found your award yet, but please look for it on the table. Let Ashley, I don't know where Ashley is right now, that if you didn't get it. And I want to present Enrique Serna also with the award, and he has been such a great supporter of El Centro de la Raza, and we just love him to death.
Thank you. All right. Yeah, thank you for all the fingerprints on my award. Yeah, that's good. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Oh,
Enrique made all of the, in addition to everything you do, made all of the videos that we watched tonight as well. So thank you so much for your tireless work. I know
okay,
you.
One last thing.
Yes, please.
Somebody handed me to do this, and I got to do this. Ricardo Aguirre was in that first shot in that video. His daughter, Julia Aguirre, is a PhD and Latinx Legacy Award winner, and the first of that award winner at the University of Washington. He would be proud, and we're proud. Give her a round of applause.
I love that.
Okay, I'm done now.
Well, you're not done because I need you while you polish up your award with your tie. It's time for our raffle drawing. If you're watching from home, hopefully you've wagered as to who you think is going to win. No, don't do that. The governor is watching. No wagering. Remember, you must be present to win. This is the Ben Bridge Diamond Pendant. These are Canadian diamonds totaling a ½ carat weight, set in 14 karat gold. Will you mix these up and then grab one without peeking? Here we go. This is very exciting. Oh my goodness. Here we go. It is bid number, hold it up high if you're here, number 665. Remember, you've got to be here in the room. Hold it up, number 665. Is that you, Keith? There's Keith right there, everybody. Keith Weir, congratulations, Keith.
They're going to look really good on you, too.
It's going to look beautiful around your neck, Keith. All right, everybody, what a night, what a night. Thank you for your incredible generosity. We're going to take a peek over here at our fundraising total now. We had a goal of raising $500,000. That was our goal. That is a big number. And can I see where we are right now on the screen? My friends, look at that. We've raised over $563,000. Absolutely incredible. And that number will continue to climb because remember, if you work for a company that matches your giving, make sure that they match your charitable giving. If you won an item, my friends, either the silent or anything, if you want a silent auction item, make sure you let us know at checkout. If you did not win an auction item, you don't need to check out. We will send you a receipt this week. Friends, my name is Fred Northup Jr.
Give it up for Fred!
Enrique Serna, give it up for him too! What a delight you have all been. On behalf of El Centro, thank you for being here. Thank you for your incredible support. Give it a round of applause. 50 years. Thank you for all you did tonight, and have a great evening.